Hello, great sons and daughters of our great motherland, Africa. Welcome once again to another inspirational episode of Arts and Vibes. And it's all about Africa in this time and season that we now live in. So we're looking at one of our great Pan-African leaders, Marcus Garvey, and he did his legacy. It's so empowering. It talks about a people without knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without a root. And an amazing model called Alec Work demonstrates this and made history in the world modeling industry, that she knows who she is. So how can we rebrand Africa? It's simple. It's all about stepping out of the colonized Africa into the Africa for Africans. This is the continent we want. We want to create a continent that is specially designed for Africa, because our ancestors were able to do it, so we can do it. And the evidence is all there for us to be inspired by. Our ancestors thrived in ancient Africa. They created the iconic pyramid in Egypt with their bare hands. They were able to develop one of the world's oldest university in Mali, the University of Timbuktu. And in Uganda, our ancestors were the first to carry out a C-section on a woman, a cesarean section on a woman. So you can see that if our ancestors can do it, we, the descendants of our ancestors, we can do it as well. And they have been so blessed with the River Nile, and the River Nile has been able to provide, transactions and trades among our people in ancient Africa. So we need to believe in ourselves that we can do it. So one of our sons, the true son of Africa, Akon, recently had a meeting with the president of Uganda, and in that meeting we were very inspired to see what he had to say. And he said, we have the capabilities, we just have to believe in ourselves enough to know that we can do it. So we, as descendants of our ancestors, let us believe that we can do it. And I'm reaching out to all continental Africans, people of African descent and African diaspora. We can do it because it is happening right now. And Akon has taken upon himself to invest in Senegal, Uganda, and Kenya. So right now, Senegal and Uganda are his two main countries in Africa where he's working on the futuristic cities that will add value to our motherland, Africa. So what can we do as African descendants? All we have to do is to re-image Africa. That is, reconnect our minds with the image that our ancestors once enjoyed, in Africa. We need to envision an Africa for not just us, but for our children and generations to come. We need to have envision an Africa whereby we will be able to make our own decisions and think less of other foreign civilizations. We should be able to rely on our strength, our knowledge and abilities to develop the Africa that we want to see. So we need to think about creating generational wealth. And how can we do that? Is working collectively. And by so doing, we can create a value-added Africa whereby our skills, our know-how and expertise, and all our resources are pooled together, and we will make Africa great again. So though some people might say Africa will be the future, no, Africa will not be the future. Africa is the future. The future is Africa. So spending this time to reflect, what kind of life would we like to create? So this is what we have to be very, very concerned about. So Africa has 55 countries. I know some will say we have 54, but actually we do have 55 countries, and they are all members of the African Union states. So we have the African Union, which was founded in 2002. And the 55th state is Sahrawi Arab Republic, which is a neighboring country in Morocco. We have the 6th region, which is the African diaspora. And we're also excited about the African Union Agenda 2063, which is themed the Africa we want. So collectively, all Africans, both on the continent and in the diaspora, we can create this Africa that we want to see. So the headquarters is in Addis Ababa, where all the decision making about our continent is made. So it is the seat, Ethiopia is the seat of the African Union, which makes up the 55 member states. So I'm hoping one day African diasporans will be able to participate in the decision making of Africa. So a movement has begun. We need this movement because we need a change, and this will lead to a change in the narrative that has been fed for us, by the West in the last 500 years. And by changing the narrative, let us envision an Africa beyond imaginary borders. These imaginary borders were created by the Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885. So we need to now begin to unlearn those what we've learned from the West. And another issue we need to tackle is the visa policies. The visa policies across Africa needs to be reformed. We need to have a single visa policy that will enable Africans and people of African descent to travel from one part of Africa to another. Then we also need to look at and envision an Africa beyond barriers. So these barriers include language, culture, tribes, and also to do with getting to know each other. So let us celebrate our cultural and tribal differences. Let us not see them as hindrances, rather as opportunities for entrepreneurs to create goods and services to cater to these amazing ethnic groups in our motherland Africa. Let us celebrate our cultural and tribal differences and tap into the ability of becoming one of the greatest continents in the world. We also need a stable financial instrument. So ACAN has come up with a vision to create a currency that is for Africa and for people of African descent, and this currency can be used not only in trading amongst ourselves but also across the world. And this will be beneficial for the African continental free trade area, because right now we have so many currencies across the continent and it's creating a lot of hindrances for our people to trade among ourselves. And we also have issues related to currency fluctuations. So this is something that we'll need to look at. So let us also envision an Africa beyond foreign aid and debt dependency. We have had enough of this. And in our previous video, we did mention that the Western media, mainstream media, has portrayed Africa as a place of darkness, a place of dependency. So we need to look into this. Taking a very big inspiration from our great leader, Thomas Sankara, he said, "He who feeds you controls you." And this is so true. We've been fed with foreign civilization ideology. Now Africa, is time for us to stop and take a breath. Let us stop depending on the West. Let us stop waiting for them to decide how Africa will be developed. We have the capabilities and knowledge. Less dependency on the West and China. Let us envision Africa that is beyond colonial dependency. So we need an Africa beyond colonial dependency. This is a syndrome that we need to eradicate in our generation, in our lifetime, so that our children can be free. The evidence is everywhere. We have been fed with their way of studying, their educational system. We binge on their entertainment and news channels. We also binge on Netflix and other products and services offered by the West. It's now time for us to start creating our own brands and supporting black businesses. depending less on the West and other civilizations is the way forward for us as people of African descent to move forward. Many of you are familiar with the brands right now, like McDonald's, Kellogg's, Pfizer, Coca-Cola. Is it not time now we decide to create our own brand? I think so. So we can now celebrate our own brands and cater for our people. We have over 1.3 billion population in Africa and 400 outside Africa. What do we need to do now? We need to provide education for our people. So Africa right now is trending. African right now is trending. So let us drum up the spirit of Ubuntu. The Ubuntu means togetherness, means because of you, I am. So let us unite, let us come together as one people and share our knowledge and expertise and build the Africa we want to see. So we are celebrating Africa because of recent we have noticed that a lot of people are interested. A lot of Afro-diasporans are returning back to the motherland. Some of the countries they are returning to are Ghana, Tanzania, Rwanda, and the Gambia. So they are going there with their know-how and expertise, celebrating, all that Mother Africa has got to offer. So we have natural resources, we have the safari, we have beautiful oceans. You could go on a hike if you choose to. You can have, you could go to the wilderness if you want to. There is so many opportunities for you. So Mother Africa has got them all. Rwanda it's got so much to offer. Rwanda has one of the best coffees as well. With Ethiopia, so much we can do. We have the wildlife and high quality lifestyle can be achieved in these beautiful countries. So right now, these are the countries that are trending, and we are hoping that other African countries will be able to follow suit, and more people will be able to visit every part of our beautiful motherland, Africa. So the Gambia, Rwanda, Tanzania, and other countries are making this happen, and a lot of our Afro descendants and African diasporans are returning home and making great things.
Hello, brothers and sisters from Global Africa. It is true. Africa is trading, is now and the future. So this is an opportunity for all of us. This is the evidence here. The evidence here. So we have Lady Visionary from England to Rwanda, Renee from America to Tanzania, Demi Samande from England to Nigeria. Recently, Vanessa Kambi 2 weeks ago from Scotland to Ghana. Wow, she made it. Juliet Ryan from England to the Gambia, and Miss Drew from England to Ghana. They are all entrepreneurs. So visit their YouTube channel. This is the name of the YouTube channel. Go and look what they offer, what all the advantage on the motherland Africa. People, it is the time. Ubuntu, together we can make it. Together, Ubuntu. Come on, people, let's go. They made it, we can make it. No excuse. This is the time. The time is now. It is now. No excuse.